Welcome to Equal Time with Martha Burke. August is a very important month in American history. On August 6, 1965, President Lyndon Johnson signed the Voting Rights Act, a watershed for many Americans who had been denied the vote by law. The landmark legislation was written to eliminate racial discrimination in voting, particularly in the southern states. It outlawed barriers like literacy tests, poll taxes, property ownership requirements to disenfranchise mostly African American voters. The Voting Rights Act passed with bipartisan support and significantly increased voter registration and participation, mainly among African Americans, but also others too poor to meet the previous conditions. The system has worked pretty well for 61 years, but President Trump wants to change the current rules through passage of his so-called SAVE Act, which will make it much harder to vote. Right now, there's no federal law requiring documentary proof of citizenship for voter registration. Only attesting that you're a citizen is required. A minority of states have laws requiring proof of citizenship, but they're mandated to accept a federal voter registration form with citizen affirmation without further proof. The SAVE Act would change that. It would require either a valid U.S. passport, a birth certificate verifying U.S. citizenship, or a certificate of naturalization. Is this needed? According to numerous reports, non-citizen voting is extremely rare. It occurs in less than 0.5% of voters. Investigations have also shown that non-citizen voting has never been significant enough to affect election results. So, what's wrong with having to show an ironclad document to prove you're a citizen? Well, lots of folks can't find their birth certificate, never had a passport, were born here so don't have a certificate of naturalization, meaning the SAVE Act would most likely disenfranchise more U.S. citizens than prevent imposters from voting. So, which press do you pick on voting? Lyndon then or Donald now? Thanks for listening to Equal Time. I'm Martha Burke.